to the legislature, luckily Senator Binta and others are here, and the judiciary did know the correct thing to do. But they are refusing to do it. They are pretending to sleep. And waking such a person is extremely difficult because the person knows the right thing. A clear abuse of offices, clear abuse of power, clear abuse of privileges, cutting across from the three arms of government, from the executive to the parliament to the judiciary.
So guys, one of the reasons why I don't like Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, and I think P2B is equally following the same path, is that they don't even understand that the crop of APC leaders we have in the country are nothing less than evil people. And there is no way you can follow. I'm going to show you what Goodluck Ebele Jonathan did. There's no way you can follow this APC government led by Tinubu with mere soft hand by simply releasing statements. These are people that totally do not have any regard for the constitution of Nigeria. So if you must win them, if you must act as an opposition, you must tackle them head on. Now imagine, I'm going to show you what Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, how he attacked Tinubu and the National Assembly after they've done did already by suspending a sitting governor and elected officials and declaring a state of emergency when it was not even necessary in Rivers State. And now Goodluck Ebele Jonathan is releasing statement, attacking Tinubu. Is this not the same thing as medicine after death? This is not the kind of opposition, and the same thing that people are telling people to be. Yes, we love you, and many people want you to become the president of this country, but we cannot continue opposition in this way. Tinubu's APC do not have one single regard for the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I'm going to show you the statement that Goodluck Ebele Jonathan released today by attacking Tinubu and Akpabio's National Assembly. The APC is not the kind of party you will start, probably, doing the opposition by just releasing statements. You must fight them head on, hit the streets, protest, and make sure that things are being done in the right way. Because this is a political party that knew that before the Senate and the House of Rep will approve the state of emergency and the suspension of governors, similar Ifobra, that the National Assembly and the House of Rep needs to third of the votes in their members, and there is no way or there is no provision in the Constitution of Nigeria that allows for voice vote. What is voice vote? Voice vote is when the speaker or probably the senior president will come out and tell you those in support of this say aye, those that are not in support say nay, and there is no single way, logical way you can determine to third of people that said yeah and all that. And
what is happening in the country, everybody talks about Rivers State on television, and some of these are the issues we discuss. We're talking about building a society where no one is oppressed, as reflected in the top paragraph of our national anthem. As a former president and also from the Niger Delta, when the issue of suspending the governor came up, I think people call on me, oh, President Jonathan, oh, President Obasanjo, you should say something. People expected us to say something about what is happening. And of course, people don't even know that traditionally all over the world, former presidents hardly make statements about what the current presidents are doing because of the tension it could create in the country. In most cases, look at America, look at everywhere. So hardly for former presidents to make, sometimes you see and you look. And of course, what is happening in Nigeria today regarding the situation in Rivers State is like an Indian proverb that said that if somebody is sleeping, really sleeping, you can easily wake up that person. But if the person is pretending to sleep, you find it difficult to wake up that person. The key actors in Nigeria, from executive to the legislature, luckily Senator Binta and others are here, and the judiciary did know the correct thing to do. But they are refusing to do it. They are pretending to sleep. And waking such a person is extremely difficult because the person knows the right thing. A clear abuse of offices, clear abuse of power, clear abuse of privileges, cutting across from the three arms of government, from the executive to the parliament to the judiciary. And I always plead with our people that whatever we do affects everybody. And sometimes we do things and we think that it doesn't affect us. I've been a president before, and even after leaving office as a former president, people get to me. Why is that our passport is not valued that much? Why is that Nigerians are not given the kind of treatment we're supposed to receive at international airports. Sometimes we think it's because of Yahoo boys or 419ers. No, not only them. Yes, they are part of the problem. But whatever happens in a country, decisions that are taken by the executive arm of government, decisions that are taken by the parliament, judicial decisions affect everybody. For example, no businessman can bring his money to invest in a country where the judiciary is compromised, where a government functionary can dictate to judges what judgment they will give. No man brings his money to invest in that economy because we are taking a big risk. So whatever we do affects everybody. And if we must build a nation for our children and our grandchildren, no matter how painful it is, we must strive to do what is right. It may cost us, but we must endeavor and pay the price to insist on doing what is right. Whether you're holding an executive office as a president, a minister, or a governor, or a special advisor, or executive, whether you're holding an office in the parliament, senate, or rep, whether you're a judicial officer at the high courts or appellate courts, we must strive to do what is right. If we want to build a nation that our children will be proud of. As we engage in these discussions, let us remember that promoting social change is not a one-time event, but a continuous process. It requires a sustained commitment, collective action, and unwavering dedication to the values that promote good governance. Let us also recognize that social change is a shared responsibility, one that requires the active participation and engagement of all stakeholders, including civil society, the private sector, and governments. In conclusion, I want to again express my gratitude to the Haskell Satumari Foundation for convening this colloquium, and I appreciate all of you, especially a sister who came all the way from Kenya. As she has been introduced, if you are ticking the boxes for people that are supposed to be here, she fill all the gaps. Thank you for coming. And thank you from what you told me yesterday, said that Nigeria is the first West African country you have visited. So you are welcome. And I hope you will enjoy Abuja, and we'll listen to you and we'll listen to all others. So I thank you very much.
The Constitution stipulated that there must be an electronic or probably a means to determine that particular tutor, and it must not be by voice vote. And the APC government, led by Tinubu and the Speaker and the National Assembly, the Senate President Akpabio, went ahead and destroyed and probably disobeyed our Constitution and used a voice vote to determine the so-called state of emergency and all that. Now, good luck, Abel Jonathan is releasing the statement. I'm going to show you the statement. Meanwhile, apart from that, I'm equally going to show you how they've started Tinubu's 2027 campaign already. They've started Tinubu's 2027 campaign. You could see some of the vehicles and all that. I'm equally going to play a video of some soldiers that were a soldier that was actually dismissed. How he came out and exposed a lot of things that actually happened in the Nigerian military and all that. We are still going to talk about what the Labour Party senator, who is one of the senators in the House of in the National Assembly, said about the particular state of emergency. Meanwhile, let us start with good luck Abel Jonathan's statement on this. As you can see on the screen, they said suspension of elected officials in Rivers paints Nigeria in negative light. Jonathan, this is what he said. I'm going to read in proper context. You are playing a light politics with Bola Tinubu and APC who do not respect the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. They know that what you people can do is just to release statement and you people cannot do anything. Look at the kind of opposition that was given to good luck Abel Jonathan when he was seated. Bola Tinubu led one of the biggest protests when this man removed fuel subsidy. Today, Bola Tinubu, one of the first policies he did when he became the president was to remove the fuel subsidy. He carried that protest. There was nothing they did not do against Goodluck Jonathan. Even used coughing to protest against Goodluck Jonathan. Let's go ahead. And they said suspension of elected officials in Rivers paints Nigeria in negative light. Jonathan said his stance comes days after President Tinubu declared a state of emergency in the South region and suspended Governor Siminaye Fubara, his deputy, and other state officials. He said former President Goodluck Jonathan has criticized the suspension of elected officials in Rivers State by President Bola Tinubu, saying the move is capable of denting the country's image. That the move is capable of denting the country's image. He said while speaking as the chairman at the Hesk Satumari Foundation colloquium in Abuja on Saturday, being today. Now, Jonathan said he was disappointed that elected officials had been removed. In his words, he said these actions by key actors in the executive, being the president, because the executive arm of the government includes the president, Tinubu. He says these actions by the key actors in the executive and legislative arm, being the National Assembly and House of Rep, that is led by Abbas, and the Senate President, being Akpabio. He said these actions by key actors in the executive and legislative arms of government paint the country in a negative light. He said his stance comes days after President Tinubu declared a state of emergency in the oil-rich South region and then suspended Governor Siminaye Fubara, his deputy Ngozi Odu, and all elected members of the State House of Assembly for 6 months. He said the decision was taken to restore stability in the state that has been witnessing political turmoil as a result of the disagreement between the state governor and the state lawmakers. You know, we all know that this is a lie. We all know why Bola Tinubu suspended Governor Siminaye Fubara instead of him to question and probably even sack the main actor and perpetrator of this particular confusion, being Nyesom Wike, who wants to, govern and probably be a godfather in Rivers State. He left and abandoned Nyesom Wike because he needs Nyesom Wike to deliver Rivers State the way he delivered for him in 2023 election. So that is why he doesn't want to tamper or probably touch Nyesom Wike. And what he did was to, blame Siminaye Fubara. Let's go ahead with what Goodluck Jonathan said. In his word, he said, by this declaration, he said the governor of Rivers State, Mr. Siminaye Fubara, his deputy, Mrs. Ngozi Odu, and all elected members of the House of Assembly State are hereby suspended for initial period of 6 months, the president declared. Now, they said, however, Jonathan, while sharing his thoughts about the political turmoil in Rivers, said, although it is not the norm Although it's not the norm for former presidents to comment on issues in the polity, so as not to heat up the polity, he insisted that the image of the country and how much investment a country attracts is heavily dependent on the actions of the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary of the country. According to him, his comment was necessitated by persistent calls from many Nigerians to speak on the events in Rivers State as a prominent son of the Niger Delta. They shame himself being this Goodluck Jonathan. So had it been people did not call for you to probably lay your comment on what is actually happening, a former president of the country, in fact one of the best leaders from the Niger Delta, or the top leaders from the Niger Delta region, and such thing is actually happening. He did not do anything when it was at the heat of the moment and all that. He kept short until Bola Tinubu and his cohorts did all this rascal thing that they did. Now you're coming out to tell us that you only made the comment because people asked you to make the comment. And this is a problem people have with this particular man being Goodluck Jonathan. He has kept on bromancing with APC that did all sorts of things against him. When Buhari became the so-called president, he kept on visiting Aso Rock. He has never spoken for the people immediately he left office. Don't get me wrong, nobody hates him, but he is not a political gladiator that can actually, usurp and remove this APC from that particular political position. And this is the same thing that people are telling people to be. Do not, use, light hands to actually do your opposition against this APC government. These are people that are deaf, and they are so determined in destroying this country and bastardizing our constitution. They have no regard for the rule of law. They can do anything and turn the constitution upside down to make sure that they retain power. So you must actually go mad and head to head the same way they are going, or else they will actually manipulate the election result the same way they did and rig it out again in 2027 if care is not taken. So this is why people said, do not follow this democratic or this simple manner that Goodluck Jonathan has been following. It will not help. That APC is not the kind of political party that you practice such things with. That this is a party that needs serious opposition and radical behavior to actually usurp and probably remove them from power. So he said he decried the situation where an individual can dictate to the judiciary what to do, saying that it makes it difficult for anyone to have faith in the judiciary. Now, good luck, Akpabio Jonathan is crying out about how the Nigerian politicians have bastardized our judiciary, that how one man can dictate what will happen in the judiciary. And one man is talking about his Nyesom Wike. We know that he has pocketed the Nigerian judiciary in his own pocket, and everything he wants is being done for him because Bola Tinubu needs the River State. He doesn't care about the peace in River State. What they want is they want to win the election and control the resources in River State. For once, he has not called his so-called minister to order for all the things that actually happen in River State. Well, let's go ahead. Let's briefly take the comments of some people. This man said, this man should come back and compete his remaining tenure. People are still hoping that good luck. And let me tell him, he cannot even remove this current crop of APC with this term of political attitude that he has. That's why people are telling people to be, you have to change this your, humble and quiet political attitude, because that will not help you to, remove this APC. So people are telling good luck to come back. Must first of all tell him to become more radically political than the way he's actually playing his politics. This other person said, President Jonathan is not a sincere man. He can never be direct in his words and always comment when his opinion is of no effect, which is what I'm saying. Now your opinion is of no effect. You are alive, or you are alive when you watch the president do everything and you kept short until the deed has been done. This person said, see who they talk, two-faced. People, look at when he was romancing with Bola Tinubu. He voted, he even went, after Tinubu won the election, he went to congratulate Bola Tinubu, knowing that the judiciary and our INEC body did abracadabra and all that. He never commented, he never opposed, and probably he never spoke against anything. Probably because it has affected him, and that is why he's actually coming out to speak. Well, meanwhile, let me play the video of you can see the video of Bola Tinubu's 2027 poster that is flying everywhere. It is very funny that is all our politicians think of. They always want to think about the next election. They don't think about governance. That is why now they've started destroying River State because of electoral votes. Let nobody deceive you. The reason why Bola Tinubu and Wike are doing whatever they are doing is because they want to win election in 2027, not because they really care for the people. So you can see some of the 2027 pictures of Bola Tinubu with his wife. They are saying Tinubu till 2027 and all that. They've started campaigning for him. Meanwhile, the economy has been bastardized, and you just look at what is actually happening in the country. Well, let me briefly play a video of a soldier that was dismissed, which I played this video yesterday. I told you that this particular soldier was dismissed because he exposed the military and said a lot of things. They arrested him and dismissed him. The man does not want to keep short. He exposed more truth about some certain money that is not being remitted to the Nigerian soldiers and all that. Let me play the video briefly.
I beg, make una help me ask Nigeria Army. Then get one money where they call scarcity allowance. Now 100,000 federal government signed, say maybe they pay each and every soldier every month. But waiting they pay soldier instead of 100,000 baht, now 20,000 naira now they pay soldier. Okay, make House of Senate, House of Rep, may they ask them where the remaining 80,000 they go, which person account that 20,000 they go. We come in peace. We no come to destroy. You get why?
Now from the video you could see that the man has kept on exposing the truth and saying speak the truth about that. There is one particular fee that the government normally remit to soldiers, which is in the tune of 100,000. That out of the 100,000, what they normally give them there is 20,000. That where does the 80,000 go? That let the National Assembly and co investigate this particular matter. This is not just one. There are a lot of things in such manner that is actually going on. That they will budget this for this, but the people that are meant to receive the money will only receive maybe 10% or 20% of what was budgeted for it. Well, let's move over to our Senator Irete Kingibe, who is one of the Labour Party senator, who is the Minister of the Senator representing the FCT and all that, came out and said something very funny, because I know why I said it is funny. She said something, as you can see on the screen, she said something that is very funny, that we should hold the National Assembly accountable. That FCT Senator Ben Kingibe asked Nigerians to hold National Assembly accountable over illegal use of voice votes to decide Tinubu's emergency rule in Rivers State. The funny thing is that this particular woman was in the National Assembly when that voice vote was happening. Some PDP senators have come out to deny that they were not in support and all that. What did you people do as opposition in the National Assembly? You people could have protested. It is not against the Constitution of Nigeria for you to protest. When you see that the Senate President, because he has been bribed by Bola Tinubu and all that, when you see that the Senate President himself is going contrary to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by using voice vote to determine that, which is very wrong, by using voice vote to determine the two-thirds of this. You could have protested and rejected and caused chaos in the National Assembly, because one, you are not doing the wrong thing, because who is doing the wrong thing? The Senate President. The wrong thing is doing is what necessitated the chaos that people were supposed to cause, but they did not cause the chaos. After the deed has been done, people are coming out to say that Nigeria should hold the National Assembly accountable. Then why are you people, the opposition leaders, or probably the opposition senators and the House of Rep members in the National and the House of Representative? It is your duty to make sure that you protest that the wrong things are not being done. But you people kept short and allowed the Senate President, being Akpabio, who is a rubber-stamped Senate President and the rubber-stamped House of Rep, to pass that particular declaration and all that. And now you're coming out to tell us to hold the, you're telling us to come and hold the Senate President accountable, or probably the National Assemblies. Nigerians cannot come and hold them accountable. That is why we elected you people there, being the opposition, the Labour Party and the PDP and the NNPP and other political parties, apart from the APC, to make sure you people check the excesses of the ruling party. But you people don't do it. Rather, you people make a come back to make a U-turn to start, telling Nigerians to come and do what you guys are supposed to do. It is quite pathetic and really, really shameful. Well, I want you guys to drop a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think about these political happenings, controversies, and issues within the country, especially the issue of this particular state of emergency, and good luck, Jonathan's statement. See you guys later, and do well to subscribe and follow us here.